Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Mermail Master coming at you guys from the Team Time Riders Yugioh channel with a special face here today. We have the one and only
Dark Magic Ian.
That is right, and this is his first time at Alpha Omega Hobby. What do you think of the store? How do you like the place?
This is a very fun store. I like how there's like a lot of like diverse decks here, and like casual players and competitive players alike. It's a very fun atmosphere.
You know, I'm really glad to hear that. We've been trying to develop the atmosphere here and really make something that stands out and shines among the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
I have a deck that fits this atmosphere perfectly.
All right, yes.
I can say atmosphere.
About diversity, atmosphere. What are we playing today?
Elementsabers.
Elementsabers. One of the first decks on YouTube. I think Team Sam's got a deck up, but we're trying to get this fast here, and you've been working hard on assembling all the pieces for this. Am I correct?
You are correct.
All right. So anything you want to say before we get into the deck profile?
It's a very fun deck. It can like manipulate cards in graveyard, so you can summon like the elemental lords like with ease.
Excellent. Anyway, let's get into it, guys, and move the camera up slightly, and let's do it.
All right. So for monsters, I run 3 La Puila mana. This is the best monster in the deck. Basically, with the field spell, you can send 2 Elementsabers from your deck to the graveyard to summon him. And he gains effects based on the types you send. So like if you send like a dark into water, you basically he can't be destroyed by battle, or he can't be destroyed or targeted by card effects. If you send like a wind into fire, he can't be destroyed by battle. He can't be destroyed by battle, and he cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then if you send like a wind into light or a dark, he can't be destroyed by battle and cannot be targeted by card effects. Under the field spell, this guy becomes really big.
Nice.
Up next is 3 La Puila.
All right.
This is the
upgraded form of La Puila mana.
This is the young version of La Puila mana. Basically, when he's on the field, you can discard an Elementsaber monster from your hand, and he negates a spell or trap. He's like a whole Harbinger.
Nice.
Then we have 3 Malehu. This is it's like a Book of Moon by sending an Elementsaber from your hand to the grave. It's a very, very good card. Triple Ina. She's like a monster reborn. You send an Elementsaber monster from your hand to the graveyard.
One of the only commons in the whole deck, I think.
Yeah, literally. I wish this was a super.
It's probably gonna be a super in one of the abstract.
Yeah, probably. But this one, like, it lets you revive a Elementsaber from your graveyard, or a properly summoned Elemental Lord from your graveyard.
All right, cool.
Then we have 3 Makani. This is like Stratos.
One of these, it sneaks.
You pitch this to the grave. You pitch an Elementsaber monster from your hand to the grave, and this becomes a Stratos.
Nice.
And like under the field spell, you can send it from the deck to the grave instead.
Yeah, that field spell is amazing.
It is. And then last Elementsaber I run is 2 Mallow. This is like, he's like, by sending an Elementsaber monster from your hand to the grave, he foolishes an Elementsaber monster.
That's all I want.
So that's the end of the Elementsaber monsters. Now for the Elemental Lords, the only ones I'm running Moulin, 1 Moulin, and 1 Phosphorage. This one is like Delinquent Duo when it's special summoned, and this one's a Raigeki when it's special summoned. They're both searchable, which is nuts.
That's insane.
You can search these off Makani, fun fact.
Can't believe the Element Lords have their own stuff now. It's so cool. It's so cool.
I'm not playing Windrose because there's not a lot of back row in the format right now. Then I got 1 Dark Arm Dragon.
Yep.
Because like you can manipulate attributes in graveyard, and this guy can come out pretty easily.
Yeah.
1 Destrudo. This is different from Team Sam's because he was playing 2. I feel like 1 is all you need because it can just recycle itself, and it lets you make a free synchro. And then 1 Darkest Diablos. This is like, you can send this for like La Puila mana or Foolish Burial, and like if you tribute your guys, you can basically summon him back.
All right.
And then that's the monsters.
Now let's see what you're running.
For field spells, I'm running 3 Palace of the Elemental Lords. This is the best card in the deck. What it does is it can basically make it so that your Elementsaber monsters, they get sent from the deck to the graveyard instead of from the hand to the graveyard, and it gives them each 200 attack for every different attribute in your graveyard. This card is so good, and it lets you search an Elementsaber monster from your deck to your hand at the cost of your next battle phase. 2 Dragon Ravine for the Destrudo. Secret Rare Dragon Ravines.
Yes, beautiful from the Legendary Collection Kaiba, guys.
Oh yeah.
You don't have a chance to pick them up, go grab them.
So this is
self-explanatory.
Yeah, for the Destrudo. And then 1 Layer of Darkness.
Oh, the tech card's coming through.
This card's really crazy. I'll tell you about what you can do with this card later in the deck profile. And then you got 3 Terraformings to search out your field spell.
Funny, I didn't write Decky in this.
2 copies of Desires. Drawing 2 is pretty good.
Yep.
And then for one-ofs, we have Foolish Burial. This sends like Diablos to the graveyard or like Destrudo to the grave. You got Rhoda, because they're all warriors. Upstart Goblin for a 39-card deck. And then Monster Reborn. This is a DB1 Monster Reborn.
Dang, that's beautiful.
Those are the spells. And then the only trap I'm running is 3 Elemental Training.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. All right, tell us what this does.
Basically what this card does is it makes your Palace of the Elemental Lord, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So the only way your opponent can really out it is with like Ignister.
Wow.
And then it has a second effect, which comes into play with Layer of Darkness, where you can tribute a monster, and then special summon an Elementsaber monster from your deck with a different attribute than the tributed monster. So like, since Layer of Darkness makes all your opponent's monsters dark, since it also states that you can tribute your opponent's monsters for effects, you can tribute your opponent's monsters for elemental training, and then summon any Elementsaber except for Malehu out of your deck.
Busted.
And then also has another effect which is kind of irrelevant, but it's there. Basically, you send it to the graveyard. You discard your entire hand. You add Elemental Lord monsters from your graveyard to your hand, equal to the number of cards you discarded. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's the main deck. 40 cards. Extra deck, we got our standard rank 4s. We got Dweller for Dracos, Tornado Dragon for back row destruction, Castell,
right
Universal out to everything, Baguski for Stall, and then the Utopia package. Those are rank 4s. And then I'm playing 1 copy of the Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin.
Oh, very nice tech card right there.
This is for if I have like Makani and Aina on the field,
Yep.
and I need to make an Xyz. And then we got M7. You know, because if you have 2 Lapuila Manas on the field, you can make this guy pretty easily.
Yep.
And then I'm running 2 Synchros. I'm running Ancient Fairy Dragon and Black Rose for the Destrudo.
Oh, that's why you needed that Black Rose from earlier.
Yeah. Shout out to Cyframe NG for hooking me up with the Ancient Fairy Dragon and the Destrudo.
Iframe NG here. Coming soon with the box opening, by the way, guys.
And then for links, 2 I sold. Yes, I'm playing this in a deck that isn't Noble Knights.
Oh, boy.
This lets you search out any of your Elementsabers because you're not going to use them until next turn anyway. So this like search out like your Lapuila Mana or your Malehu or your Aina. Then we have Decode Talker because it's a generic Link 3. And then the staple Link 4s, Borreload and Star Yugioh.
Ooh, expensive money right there.
Yeah, but it's good though.
A good card, so yeah.
Exactly.
That is the side deck, and I don't have a side deck. That is the deck.
All right, guys. So thanks so much for the deck profile, Ian. Really, really glad that you came down here to Alpha Omega for us. And a big shout out to the store as well. As of today, they have officially gained their Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami certification. So come on down to Alpha Omega at 1515 Hancock Street, guys. You will not regret it. Quincy, Massachusetts. Thanks so much for the deck profile, Ian. This has been Team Time Riders, the Mermail Master with Dark Magic Ian, and we're signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace. Okay.